Hey. All right, y'all. I'm just over here vibing out. Let me pause that. That was an instrumental, okay? To Aaliyah's "It's Whatever," okay? A lot of people probably haven't heard that song. It wasn't one of her singles, but that's a record off of her self-titled album. I hope y'all heard it. I was playing it on my little my little MacBook here, you feel me? So I hope y'all heard the record. But that's off her last album, before baby girl left this earth. So it's called "It's Whatever." It's a vibe. I found the instrumental because I don't want to record this video and then the shit get pulled down, because tomorrow on August 20th, today is August 19th, Aaliyah's One in a Million album will be released to Spotify. Okay, so as far as I know, other streaming sites don't have access to Aaliyah's discography yet. So far, um, her uncle has agreed to release it to Spotify first. I believe he will be working on getting her stuff to Apple Music and the other streaming sites. But if you all don't know who Aaliyah is, because some people don't are not really fans of R&B, and they don't really oh my bad position, child. Some people aren't really fans of R&B, right? And they don't really know some of the R&B girls from the 90s and stuff, or they just don't really connect with that vibe or that music. But Aaliyah is that girl. We all love Aaliyah, and I'm actually wearing a Selena shirt. I got this like from Fashion Nova like years ago, and I love this damn crop top, y'all. This is Selena on here. But yeah, it was funny because when I bought this top, they had Aaliyah ones too, and I didn't get the Aaliyah ones because most of them were shirt dresses actually. And shirt dresses are not really my thing. I probably will wear them more, but that's just not my thing. And they didn't really have a lot of Aaliyah shirts. I know some locations have that, but anyways, good news. Aaliyah is coming back. So if you are a freaking Aaliyah fan, it's lit, like for me, I just want to talk about Aaliyah. Aaliyah, she was an artist that dropped her first album back in 94 called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows now that, she was promoted sort of as a protege of R. Kelly. Um, but a lot of controversy and scandal occurred in her career because her and R. Kelly, got married, and she was underage. I believe she got married at 15. Someone correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe she got married at 15 years old. And Gladys Knight is her aunt, and she was married to her uncle. She's her aunt by way of her uncle, but yeah, the legendary soul singer Miss Gladys Knight. Um, yeah, she's a part of Aaliyah's, family as well. And so Leah, she was on Star Search and things like that growing up, and she really wanted to be a singer. The uncle, of course, had ties to the music industry. His wife was Gladys Knight at one point. Um, and Aaliyah somehow was introduced to the infamous Mr. R. Kelly. So yeah. Oh, and she dropped three studio albums in her lifetime, and then she had one posthumous album. I believe that's how you say that word. Posthumous means when an artist dies and their art is released after they pass away, or after they pass and leave this earth. So that's when their album is still released. So hopefully I said that right. But anyways, she had one posthumous album called "I Care for You," which was like a compilation album that her uncle put together after she passed away. And the lead single off that one was "I Miss You." um, which was a beautiful song. But Aaliyah, she just means so much. And it's funny because a lot of people give me shit because I'm a music head, and predominantly I love female artists. I love female music and I'm proud of it. I know some people give a lot of female artists shit, but that's where my energy gravitates to. And it's not that I don't like male artists, because I do, but I love female artists. Like if you look in my playlist, a lot of my music is predominantly female artists. I ain't ashamed of it. It was one point in my life where I was ashamed of it, and people be like, "Oh, your music's fed, your music's fed." But I just love, I love female music. I love the mind of a woman and like that perspective in music. I do. Um, but Aaliyah was one of my favorite artists growing up. Like Aaliyah was a part of my childhood, right along with Brandy. You can't deny Brandy. You can't deny Monica. You can't deny Ashanti. You know, it's certain women, the Sierra, Beyonce, of course, but you know, it's just certain women who I just adore, like as a kid, you know. TLC, like I love TLC, and I feel old because look, y'all, I'm in my late 20s, okay? And I feel like an old head now. I'm like, oh my God, like I love him. And it's funny because I think a lot of the younger generation, you know, now we have today's new artists, you know, more contemporary artists like her, LMA, Janae Aiko, Ari Lennox, Summer Walker, you know, yes, there's you know, all these newer female artists, Snow Allegra, you know. Oh, another one of my favorites from when I was growing up is Alicia Keys. I'm a big fan of Alicia too. I'm a music head, so I like everybody. So people get annoyed with me because I genuinely am a fan of a lot of people, a lot of different energies. Jill Scott, Erica Badu, Mary J. Blige. Like it's just a lot of. I'm just a music fiend. Okay, I love music. But Aaliyah, as someone who in my childhood, I remember watching her videos. I remember because she passed when I was 7 years old. I believe I was 7 or 8. She died in 2001. So I was like 7. Y'all do the math, okay? But yeah, I remember growing up on Aaliyah. I remember the music videos. I remember it. I remember it as a kid. I remember the vibe. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember her first album that much. I do remember At Your Best. I remember At Your Best was like her standout that I remember as a kid, like literally like that young. I was like 3 when that wait, when Asian Number the Number came out, I was 1 years old, okay? So I don't really remember like everything. But I remember around the time when I was like 4, 5, and 6 years old, and the Dr. Dolittle soundtrack came out. Oh my God, it's taking me back to my childhood. And Are You That Somebody came out. And then a little bit before that, they had One in a Million. She had One in a Million. I remember that. I remember Hot Like Fire. I remember One in a Million. I remember the jumpsuit. I remember the music video. I remember the dance moves with the white top and the all white in the music videos. You know, Aaliyah was just so beautiful and so feminine and so delicate, but still powerful in her voice and in her energy, her vibe. It was something about her where she was just very comfortable in herself as an artist, and very confident. Even if she probably didn't really feel that way as she was doing her videos and doing her records, like she just had this swag about her, this demeanor that it was a vibe, and Aaliyah was a fucking trendsetter. So I'm happy. And of course, after One in a Million, y'all, I know I'm all over the place. After the One in a Million album, she went into acting and things like that and kind of chilled and relaxed. Because One in a Million was a big album. I think it sold over like 3 million copies or something. It was a big record. And honestly, one of the best records of that decade, in my opinion. But um, Aaliyah left her imprint. She left her imprint, and bless her soul, bless her soul. She came back to music in 2000, 2001. That's when she started recording her self-titled album, Aaliyah, and she was 22 at the time, more mature, learned some things, growing up a little bit. Because One in a Million came out when she was like 16, 17. You feel me? So, I'm such a fan. And I don't want to make this a sad video because we all know that she's no longer with us. In 2001, she passed away. But I to this day, I literally still go back and I listen to Aaliyah. I listen to each album. The only album that is available currently, as of now, before tomorrow, is her first album, Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. And I know some people feel a certain way because of the title of the album. She was young at that time. R. Kelly was R. Kelly at that time. Got this little girl singing a song called Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. Ugh, I know it has some of us torn. It has some of us torn, but I hate to say it, but I'm a fan, so I still listen to that album. I ain't gonna hold you. I still listen to that album because it's just a piece of her. You get me? Although, and at the time, no one like truly knew, like knew what was going on with her. Um, and of course, Aaliyah and R. Kelly's him playing a major role in the earlier parts of her career sort of honestly left like a stain on her, unfortunately. But when her second album came out, One in a Million, she left the whole R. Kelly thing behind. The marriage became annulled, I believe. So they didn't get a divorce. They didn't get a divorce. It just became annulled. Um, and Aaliyah wanted to get away from that. Like she wouldn't really speak on him. She didn't want to talk about it in interviews. She just didn't, she wanted to move on. And then that's when she teamed up with Black Ground Records. And her, Timbaland and Missy had that whole energy. They had that camp. Timbaland and Missy was producing her stuff and, she was their artist, you feel me? And they dropped hits. You get me? And it just, her whole energy. So, I'm sorry, y'all. It's just memory lane because I'm such a fan and I've been wanting her music to come to streaming sites, and it's been 20 years. It's been a long time. It's been 20 years since she passed, and she died in August of 2001. Her anniversary. I don't even want to call that an anniversary, unfortunately, of her leaving this earth. But yeah, we could call it that. Yeah, it makes me a little sad, but um, will be, I believe, August 25th. So yeah. For her self-titled album, I'm all over the place. Please bear with me, y'all. Her self-titled album, Aaliyah, was a dope record. Lead singles, More Than a Woman, Rock the Boat, smash singles, and then after that, unfortunately, she passed like a month after the release of the album. So, but Aaliyah is a trailblazer, and I think for the R&B elite, everyone, we really uphold Aaliyah to such a high regard. You get me? And I'm so excited. I'm excited. So yeah. So her music will be dropping tomorrow. One in a Million drops August 20th. And then what else? Wait, I know One in a Million drops August 20th. And all of this is going to be exclusively dropped. Uh Hold on one second. I want to pull the actual dates. Sorry for squinting. I should have my glasses on. This glasses is kept. Child. I just want to find the correct dates. And also, too, before I end this video, I want to talk about why her actual estate, which is ran by her brother and her mother, um, why they feel some type of way. Her brother, her mother, and the rest of her family. They all kind of feel some type of way about the release of her music to streaming. And as I make this video, I feel some type of way too, although I'm excited just to get access to her music on streaming sites. There's some reasons as to why some people don't agree. Her brother doesn't agree. Um, some fans don't agree. Some fans, I've seen some comments where some fans on social media were like, well, I'm not gonna stream it because of the uncle and him obtaining all those royalties and that money after holding her music for 20 years. Okay, hold on. I just want to tell y'all the dates because I'm excited. I'm over here beaming with joy. It's a lot. It's a lot that goes into Aaliyah's. Whew. Y'all, I just want to find the dates before I keep going forward. Okay, so One in a Million will drop August 20th. September 3rd, Romeo Must Die soundtrack will be released. September 10th, the Aaliyah self-titled album will be released. And October 8th, I Care For You, plus Ultimate Aaliyah compilation albums, two albums. So the I Care For You compilation album and the Ultimate Aaliyah compilation album will be released on October 8th. So a compilation album is like a mix up of songs that are unreleased, songs that are kind of rare, remixes, just like a little something you throw together that the artist didn't, really have a say so in releasing. Like a mix, like a cute little mix of like unreleased material, remixes, features that are kind of just special and unheard or not that popular as the lead singles. But some people are torn, especially Aaliyah's brother and her other side of the family who doesn't agree with her uncle. So here's the thing: her uncle owns all of her. He owns all of her music, all of her image, all of her material. And what he has done is he has literally like withheld Aaliyah's music and Aaliyah's material all these years, not giving the fans what they want, not agreeing to have more albums created, or even, because, when an artist releases albums, especially artists back then, before streaming services were even a thought, right? In 2001, we had Napster and we had a few things that were kind of out where you could somewhat stream, but streaming was nowhere where it is today. You get me? Where you can actually pull out your phone and all the music, all the albums, it's just on your phone, child. But there's a lot that goes behind streaming, and whoever is the owner of a artist's music, rather, because most artists do not own their music outright. Most artists who sign a major record deal do not own their music. They don't own their image. They don't own their name. You see what I'm saying? So they're putting stuff out, but they're an artist. They are still somewhat of a product, for the record label. You get me? And so they can make enough money to hopefully purchase their rights, purchase that ownership and have full control over their artistic spread of sorts, for money. You get me? And yeah, her uncle owns all of that, and he's just selfish and evil. And Gladys Knight, she's done interviews in the past talking about how evil he is, child, and how he's someone who can't be trusted. And the brother has said other things about the uncle and so forth. So the uncle, he's shady, okay? And honestly, there's speculation that he's releasing this music because he's old in age and he might croak over, who knows? And he want to capitalize and get more money. All he cares about is money. And yeah, the uncle, y'all do y'all research because y'all will pull us some things on that uncle child. But I'm torn, because if we do stream this particular music, although I'm happy, a part of me, I'm like, damn, I don't want to give him no money, because when you stream, that's royalties that are being collected to him directly. He's the owner of her discography of all of her albums. Okay, so if we all stream, he's getting coin off of that. But honestly, I have been so deprived of Aaliyah and having to go to YouTube and stuff like that, and not being. I know this sounds so selfish. God, it sounds selfish. Oh, money is the root of all evil, ain't it? Damn. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I might stream it on Spotify. Oh, don't judge me, don't shoot me down. But no, I love Aaliyah, but I've been listening to her stuff. It's only available on YouTube. And when I was younger, I actually had all of her albums. Wait, no, no, no. I only had the I Care For You compilation and the Aaliyah self-title album. I didn't own One in a Million because I couldn't find it online. But because One in a Million, after she passed, like all of her stuff was just really difficult to find. And you can still find some of her stuff like on eBay and stuff, but her albums are like $200 because it's basically considered vintage, because her albums are so hard to find. Like her hard copy albums are so difficult to find. And a lot of people scam Aaliyah albums, and they'll get people to pay all this money on eBay and shit, and then they'll send you a Aaliyah album cover with like a demo record on the inside and take your money and scam you. But I really appreciate this girl as an artist, and I'm torn too, y'all. I'm like, so here's the question with all my little rant, okay? Will you be listening and streaming her music or not? Because if you listen, we are giving money to the uncle, but do we care? Are we just that diehard? Because I'm gonna be honest, I want to just listen to her on Spotify. I do. And it doesn't mean I don't care about her and the money and stuff, but a part of me like, damn, can I just be a fan? Can I just not know? Can I just not know some of the dark stuff that happens in the industry? You get me? So, anyways, will you be listening on Spotify or will you just continue? If you are an Aaliyah fan, will you be listening on Spotify and other streaming sites? Or will you just stick to YouTube and not give that uncle any coin by listening to his stuff? All right. Leave your thoughts down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the K Day channel. Okay. Show me some love. Let me know your thoughts about Aaliyah. How has Aaliyah touched you? If you're a big fan, do you miss her? I missed her. I love her. Um, oh, I really appreciate her so much. And right along with the other women in the industry who came up too, you know, Brandy, you know, Monica, Ashanti, so many, so many, so many, Jasmine Sullivan, you know, I know Jasmine came a lot later, but you know, there's so many women who killed it. Tamia, Deborah Cox, you know, Whitney, you know, so it's a list. Anyways, let me know y'all thoughts on this Aaliyah thing with the streaming, okay? All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.